Road Trip's grossest moment, the thing Tom Green does with a mouse, was 100% real and improvised by the comedian in the moment. Road Trip turns 25 years old this week, so here's some things I bet you never knew about it. The story behind Road Trip starts in the late 80s in New York City, where future director Todd Phillips was pursuing his passion as an NYU film student. Unfortunately, Phillips couldn't afford to make a movie and pay for tuition, so he dropped out his junior year and just went ahead and made the movie. It was the documentary Hated, G.G. Allin and the Murder Junkies, about the controversial punk rock provocateur G.G. Allin. That 1993 documentary would do pretty well, becoming one of the highest grossing student films of all time. And fun fact, Phillips hired convicted serial killer John Wayne Gacy to design its poster. Anyway, after that, HBO agreed to produce Todd Phillips' next documentary, Frat House, about college fraternities. This experience, studying frat culture, indirectly informed a lot of Phillips' career over the next 2 decades. Frat House debuted at Sundance in 1998 and won the Grand Jury Prize for documentary. Though HBO actually ended up refusing to air the doc because some of the participants said they were paid to reenact their activities for the cameras. Still, Frat House made an impression at Sundance and caught the eye of Animal House producer and Ghostbusters director Ivan Reitman. Reitman wanted to work with Phillips on a narrative film, and Phillips just so happened to have an idea about college kids going on a road trip. Phillips then ended up writing Road Trip with Scott Armstrong. The two of them would also go on to make Old School and The Hangover Part 2 together. And the movie is partially set at the fictional University of Ithaca, which is based on both Ithaca College and Cornell in, you guessed it, Ithaca, New York. While the University of Austin in the film is a fictionalized version of the University of Texas, and the University of Boston in the movie is in place of Boston College or Boston University. In a 2001 interview with DVDTalk, Phillips credited American Pie with setting the stage for Road Trip. He didn't cite it as an influence per se, but he said it helped legitimize this genre. According to the podcast Load-Bearing Beams, Steven Spielberg and Jeffrey Katzenberg's DreamWorks studio was going through a rough patch at the time, and it needed a hit wherever it could find one. So Katzenberg called up his buddy Ivan Reitman and asked if he had anything cooking. Reitman pitched him Road Trip, and DreamWorks gave it a green light. As far as casting stories, Zach Galifianakis reportedly auditioned for the role of Barry, but that part ended up going to Tom Green. Green was white hot at the time thanks to his over-the-top MTV comedy series. Todd Phillips said of Tom Green, he was the dream actor for a comedy director because Tom will just go wherever you ask him to go. And yes, the moment where Green puts a live mouse in his mouth was 100% real. The mouse was alive, and Green improvised that stunt the day of. Reese Witherspoon was reportedly considered for Beth, which went to Amy Smart, and Crispin Glover was originally cast as Jacob, the part that Anthony Rapp ended up playing. Some notable cameos include Mary Lynn Ricecub, Andy Dick, Horatio Sands, Todd Phillips himself, and Jimmy Kimmel as Corky the dog. Phillips told the BBC, "I play the guy with the foot fetish in the movie because I am a guy with a foot fetish. Mr. Creepy, we called him. He's my alter ego." DreamWorks set the budget at $16 million, and cameras started rolling October 16th, 1999 in Georgia. They shot at Woodward Academy, Georgia Tech, Emory University, and the University of Georgia. While the school scene in a flyover shot at the beginning of the movie is actually Harvard. And they did a pickup shot at Founders Park at the University of Southern California. Interesting story about the University of Georgia. They gave Phillips full permission to shoot on campus, but when the movie came out, the school was so appalled by its content, it banned filming on campus for the next 20 years. The diner scene, meanwhile, was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia at the Gwinnett Diner, which closed in 2016. Todd Phillips told DVDTalk, "We had a really fun set. Everybody was constantly playing jokes on everybody. I always think it's really important to set the tone on the set that you want to set in the movie. I like to keep it loose and fun. All around, everybody just had a good time." DJ Qualls said he couldn't eat French toast for years after making the movie because he had to eat 100 slices over a 7-hour shoot day for the French toast scene. Amy Smart reportedly had some reservations about burying her body in the film, but Todd Phillips apparently eased her concerns by saying how much he loved Phoebe Cates' famous scene in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. In the movie, the motel clerk can be seen reading a magazine with Drew Barrymore on the cover. Tom Green was engaged to Drew Barrymore at the time. Filming wrapped on December 27th, 1999. Phillips cut out a number of scenes that were later featured on the standard DVD and in the unrated cut. The unrated cut apparently included some more R-rated material. The trailer, meanwhile, showed a scene in which Breckin Meyer's character punches a guy in a neck brace that didn't end up making the final movie. Phillips explained in an interview with Digitally Obsessed that they did a number of screen tests for the film to gauge what was working with the audience, and he told the BBC that's when he knew the movie was working because, quote, all the laughs were where they were supposed to be. Road Trip opened on 2,530 screens in the US on May 19th, 2000. It made $15.5 million opening weekend, landing at number 3 behind Gladiator and Dinosaur. But it went on to do a big $120 million worldwide, more than 7 times its budget. Critics were decidedly mixed on Road Trip. Today, 57% of the 94 reviews assessed by Rotten Tomatoes are positive. Roger Ebert was not a fan, giving it 2 stars, calling it mellow and dirty, the wrong combination. In the Digitally Obsessed interview, Phillips seemed to be disappointed that Ebert didn't like the movie. It was nominated for 4 MTV Movie Awards, but didn't win a single one. That said, Tom Green won Choice Movie Liar at the Teen Choice Awards. He also won Worst Supporting Actor year at the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards. Like so many comedies from this era, Road Trip built a cult following off DVD sales and cable airings, which then led to a direct-to-video sequel, Road Trip Beer Pong, in 2009, featuring original cast members DJ Qualls and Rhoda Griffiths. Road Trip kicked off Todd Phillips' comedy directing career. He'd go on to make Old School with DreamWorks, followed by Starsky and Hutch, The Hangover movies, and Due Date. But then, he made the active decision to quit making comedies because he said Hollywood had become too woke and movies couldn't be funny anymore. And that led him to Joker, which was a huge hit and earned him 3 Oscar nominations. But it also led to his most recent movie, the Joker sequel, Folie à Deux, which was an epic box office failure. So who knows where he goes from here. And hey, if you made it to the end of this video, drop a tiny salmon in the comments.